The problem is we've been so caught in camp victim, and we've been so caught in what society and the experts have told us that we don't understand how we've gotten to be so disinterested, so bored, so frustrated, disengaged, and feeling obligated to sex. We don't understand how we've gotten here. So the myths are a major contributing factor of how we got here. The myths that we've been sold and have bought into as women around sex. And they're just the construct of sex that allows us to stay in victim and feeling burdened by it. So in looking at the myths, you want to see this, ladies, as a red pill moment, seeing the truth of our woman ways, as I put it, and what's really going on that allows us to look in the mirror and take accountability so that we can truly change and get out of camp victim. With these myths, we are incapable of enjoying sex for ourselves because it's so woven into our culture, and we don't even question them. We just believe them to be true. And understanding that every one of these myths are just an excuse we can use of why we can't or won't enjoy sex. The first myth that we have bought into, that society tells us, is that size matters. That we can't have the full enjoyment of sex if our husband is small. Through commercials, movies, sitcoms, we've been told, and those movies and sitcoms and commercials make fun of men and lead us to believe that a larger size is more enjoyable and better and more masculine, and that the bigger the better, and that the smaller you can't enjoy it. And we buy into this myth, when the truth is that most women are intimidated by a larger size and don't know what to do and get scared and uncomfortable. The second myth, sex is supposed to be spontaneous and passionate. So sex experts try to convince us, and this is in the books all over the place, try to convince us that spontaneity creates excitement and eliminates boredom in the bedroom. The truth is, as women, we don't like spontaneity. If we're honest with ourselves, we don't like spontaneity because we don't want to lose control. Spontaneity takes away our control, and the truth is, we don't like surprises. And the reason we don't like surprises, even though we want to believe we do, and we will make men believe that we do, is that if it's not my idea, I don't want it. Number 3, the man is supposed to initiate and pursue us. Society paints the man in sex as the person in charge. That men are supposed to be responsible for creating the experience of sex. And the truth is that as married women, we need to initiate sex. And the reason we need to initiate sex is, there's different reasons, but the one I want to talk about today is it shows our husbands that we care and that what is important to them matters to us. The fourth myth we need to overcome as married women to re-engage with sex. The fourth myth, we are like ovens and we need to be warmed up to be in the mood for sex. And this is reinforced over and over and over again, that society and experts tell us we are not like men who can be ready on a dime. And the truth is, we don't need to be warmed up, and we can be physically ready at any moment that we choose. The fifth myth that we have to overcome is that the man is responsible for creating and giving us our experience of sex. That as women, we don't need to know what we like or what we want, that they're supposed to know. And if he's not good in bed, then we don't have a good experience with sex. And if he is good in bed, we have a good experience, which places all the responsibility on a man. And the truth is, as women, we're responsible. Newsflash, we're responsible for communicating what we like, what we don't like. And of course, we have to then know what we like and don't like, and that we are responsible for our experience of sex. The sixth myth that married women have to overcome about sex and marriage: romance is important for a woman to feel desired and to set the mood for sex. So that we need candles, rose petals on the bed, a candle at dinner, and that somehow that romance is supposed to continue once we're married and in the reality of life. And society reinforces again that it's the man's responsibility to set the mood with romance. But the truth is, romance fades in a marriage. And any romance is a contrived experience created because of the expectations of the wife. Number 7, sex is supposed to be special and have a deep emotional connection. And society pushes this with technique and practices like Tantra, and that it can't be ordinary or common or have a routine to it. But the truth is, the enjoyment of sex is simple, and that God made our bodies perfectly to enjoy it for the simplicity of what it is. Number 8 of the myths we need to overcome as women to re-engage with sex: that women need sex to be an emotional experience, not a physical one. And that's what society and experts tell us all the time, that for men, sex is physical, and that for women, it's emotional. And the truth is that in a marriage, once we're faced in the realities of life and the romantic love fades, we need it to be a physical experience that we enjoy and share with our husbands, because the passion and the romance fades. And the more you're trying to reignite the passion and the romance, the more overwhelmed and pressured you're going to feel and disappointed, because you're not going to get back there, or anything you think you're getting back to in there is completely contrived. So we need to learn to enjoy it for the physical experience. And then within that, in a marriage and in the realities of marriage, the connection is there, because you've matured and evolved to that deep care of each other. And when you enjoy sex for what it is in the physical experience, then the intimacy and connection automatically follow. Number 9 of the myths we have to overcome to re-engage with sex as married women. Number 9, sex is supposed to last a long time. That society says the longer that it lasts, the better. And that good sex is determined by how long sex is. And the truth is, as women, we don't want it to last a long time. And that matured sex in a marriage lasts about 7 to 10 minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes. And that you can fully enjoy it. And the 10th myth: if we don't have an orgasm as women, sex is not enjoyable. That society tells us, and feminism tells us, it's unfair if a man climaxes and a woman does not. So in order to have a fair, equal experience in bed, women also need to climax. But the truth is, women can fully enjoy the experience of sex without an orgasm. That it isn't necessary to have a pleasurable, enjoyable, full experience of sex. And it doesn't mean that we can't achieve an orgasm and learn to do that and teach our husbands what works and fits for us. But the problem is we put the responsibility on our husbands that they're supposed to give us an orgasm. And if they don't, it's something they're doing wrong, instead of learning to achieve it for ourselves if it's important to us. And I've talked with women who it is important, and they learn to achieve that for themselves because they want that experience. And I've talked with plenty of women who say, it's not really that important to me. And they might struggle that their husband, who might have also bought into this myth, their husband says, I want you to, what do I need to do that? And they feel maybe overwhelmed and because it's not easy for them. For some women, it's easier. For some women, it's much more difficult to achieve a climax. And if it's important to you, as a woman, you have to learn to achieve it. And in a loving, kind way, communicate what works to your husband. And if it's not, to lovingly and kindly share that so that he's not feeling responsible and that he didn't do a good job or he's lacking in some way if you don't achieve an orgasm. Hello again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and you want a path forward to change your woman ways and truly be happy in yourself, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program. And the Happiness Program teaches you to resolve the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself so that you can be the solution to the issues and challenges in your marriage and your life. You can find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. For the good men listening who want a way to take back the power you've unknowingly given away to your wives, I also have a course for you called the Marriage Rescue Course for Good Men Only. And the course teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence so that you can navigate the relationship with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. Again, you can find the link below in the description to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. Again, thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.